Hello everyone. I am putting together a cat house today. Sorry, I can't really see. I'm trying to film in two different ways. And it's a pretty simple instruction of assembling the cat house. It says it takes 30 to 60 minutes, and it says you should use 2 people, but it's only going to be me. And it breaks down the instructions, how to take care of it. This is what it looks like. And it's starting with the house first, but it also tells you require an electric drill or a Phillips screwdriver. Everything is a Phillips screwdriver. I'm going to be using this little guy. Love this little guy. He's a great. And all the screws are the same, which is a plus, so that's a nice thing. But I'm going to put the base together first because I just want to put the base together. But I'm going to have to put it together in 2 parts, so that's what my life's going to be like right now. So here goes our journey. But they did individually pack all the screws. Like I said, they're got to go with what they say, but they're all Phillips. All of them. They're all lettered A, B, C, D, and then there's E. And then we got these. I'm not really sure what they are, but I think it's to lift the. There's only one, so that's weird. I don't know where this goes. But this is to lift the cat box. I would think there would be 2, but there's only one. So we'll see when I get to that point. Hopefully. But here it goes. I'm also going to put some wood glue on there, just because some of the, as you can see right here, it's a little torn, so I'm going to just reinforce it with some wood glue. When they perforated it, they went too fast. So I'm going to put wood glue there. And hopefully it works, because I can't go out and get another one. And it's just pressed wood. I noticed it's not real heavy. It's lightweight, so if you're looking for something lightweight, this is truly lightweight. And they've already, like I said, put all the screw holes in, so you're not starting it out. So that's a plus too. I like that. It has a actual roof tile on the top, which is super cool, I think. And there's a whole roof. I will take pictures of that when I get done. I have taken some photos, but I got this for my feral cats outside. I'm worried about them for the winter. I made one about 3 or 4 years ago, but it's falling apart, and I don't have time to build another one. So I'm doing this one, and hopefully this one will last forever. It says it should. And I'm going to have to actually read the warranty part of it, but as long as you do what they say, you'll be fine. Here's my floor. But this one was only $65. They also had some that were heated. I don't think cats need heated. No animal needs heated. That's what their fur is for. If you feed them well, they'll be fine. I just wanted them to have someplace I can store their food and it's not ruined. So that's what I'm doing. It's also numbered and lettered. You got letters for the screws, you got numbers, what's supposed to go together, how it's supposed to fit together. Just pay attention. That's what the instructions are for. I'm a very big visual. That's why I like also. It not only tells you what to do, it shows you what to do, which is great. I showed you. And for those who are visuals, yes, it does have the visual content in here. So like I said, I'm going to do the platform first, and I will put the housing. I'll have to go outside, and it's a very windy day today, so that's going to be interesting. But here it goes. This is going to be a long video because I can't pause my phone, which sucks. So would have to piece everything together. I am going to pause here because I can pause. Okay, so this is set up now. I'm just going to put the screws in. The house will actually be screwed into the bottom of it, so I figured that's it. And it is what it is. Can't really do anything like that. I just stood it up and then put the screws in there, so all I had to do is bring them out. If you have two people, then you got one that can actually help you, but I don't have two people. I just do things myself. I just like it better that way. It's less stressful. But it takes 5 of these screws, and like I said, everything's already prepped for hair silliness. So you're not really doing a lot of arm. You don't have to really press down or anything. Just make sure you're righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So that's your base. And the great thing about it is you can turn it around. Again, you want to make sure you put all 5. You usually don't have any material left. It's not good. So remember that if you have something left, that means you missed something. I'm just saying. They don't usually give you more than what you need. There. So this is the base. And it shows you putting it together as a whole. And I really didn't want to do that because I don't think it's going to fit out. I'll be right back. Okay, so now you need the front panel and the right and left panel, which these are the smaller ones are the right and left, which my front panel is supposed to have a very small window and they neglected it. So now I am going to have to perforate the holes because they didn't put it, and I also have to make sure I put it on the right side because it's going to go over here because we have a divider in the middle, so the cat has one side to sleep and one side for the food. So I'm putting that in, and I have to make sure. Always look at the picture. That's why I love pictures, because if you put it on the wrong side, then you got to redo it. But I don't think it would really matter with this because it's just a shelf for the cat to sit outside. But I would prefer it to be on the shorter side like they say. And again, there are numbers. Some of them are reinforced with a sticker. Some of them are not. Just pay attention to your sticker. But this one literally walks you through it. Like I said, I use pictures. That's who I am. I'm a visual learner. But they're putting the rack on first. I am not going to do that. I'm going to put the actual sides together and then put the shelf on there. First, you gotta realize which is the top and the bottom, and I'm guessing this is the top. The numbers, I'm assuming, are the top. For the simple fact of just makes sense to me that it would be the top. And then there is one with a window. They didn't actually remember to put a window in the side. And hopefully, of course, it goes the other way. It's away from the door entry. There's always a way to put things together. It's a pain in the butt to do it by yourself. Always the way. And I'm going to use some of the glue for these areas to reinforce it. And I need to get some a Q-tip to do that. So maybe I won't get gluified. I'm just going to put some glue in these little perforated holes. Add a little more sturdiness. And I hope it won't take too much. Sorry. I was trying to make this as short as possible, but it's really not going to be that short. Just put a little on there. You don't have to do this either. I'm doing it because I want to reinforce it. And this is just my preference. You can do it or you don't have to do it. It's whatever you want to do. But I want to do it, so I'm doing it. I think for myself, I do what I want to do. You can do what you want to do. You have the little puppies. You could just also use this for pups. Little bitty ones, little toy ones, miniature, what. It said it was for anything. If you have a ferret, you could use it for a ferret. You could use it for a bunny. Once a home, they can use it. And then it just presses in the hole. And you will be screwing it in as well. Okay. Oof, my nose is itchy. Okay. And this uses the B screw. First it uses the A screw on the outside, and then when you go underneath it will use B. So here's the A. These are longer, they got the wider ridges. Again, I like to preset mine. It takes 2 on each side. Again, I always start it. It's just easier that way. Again, that's just my preference. You don't have to do exactly what I do. Do what makes you happy. what works for you. Again, I have this little drill. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Don't know that little saying, it's very handy. I learned it in mechanic school. You just want to make sure those are the seams are nice and tight. Like, you don't want a bunch of gaps. So, make sure that's there. I might reinforce that with caulking, I don't know. I will see. You know, I'm just happy to be able to get it. Okay, now the house, I do believe, goes on this way. And again, the screws are going to go from the bottom down here. And they're perforated. I'll probably put that on before I put the roof on, because it will be a lot harder to do it. But I did check and make sure that this was going to fit outside my door there, my patio door. I wasn't sure if it would, and it is very light, so put more glue in the perforated holes. And I love working with my hands. I always have. Also, if you hear the music in the back, I'm just using it for motivation. I like to have music when I do stuff. But I don't have any rights with it. Need to say that at the beginning. I forget. Sorry. And they have these side rails. They go in here, which I should do that now. I guess it's kind of like a frame. One goes on one side, the other goes on the other side. It holes on top and bottom. I'm not really sure why. Need to take C. It's not C. You want to take 2 of C. Make sure you hold it because I didn't nail it down yet. So. Remember, the outside takes A and 2 on each side. I'm OCD. Just so everybody knows, I have a routine. I do follow. It's because I'm OCD. My father was Jack of all trades, and I love that. I'm looking for a man that's the same way. This one's a little harder for some reason. I put a little bit of arm muscle in there. I'm not sure why, but it's like that sometimes. Okay, and this is the divider that allows the cats to have two sides. It just slides in there. You take it in or you can take it out. I'm going to put it in. Like I said, I want the cats to have a room for them to lay and a feeding area. And I'm hoping to keep the coons out. I have some coons that are hungry little critters. I don't mind feeding them, but my God, reading me out of house and home. Buying food every 2 weeks, it's crazy. But I love my kitties, and I don't mind them. But I'm hoping maybe being more inside it will deteriorate them from wanting to eat here. They'll go to somebody else's home that has more. And this is going to go on this side. I'm going to have to do that. And that was C. C. That's what it looks like on the inside. It looks like two sections. Like I said, it's very lightweight, which is very nice. Very helpful. And now I'm actually going to go ahead and do the base. Put the onto the base. And it shows it goes from the bottom. So that is what I'm going to do. And those are C. What are the D ones for? So it looks like you have some that go on the inside and on the outside. They're really reinforcing it. They're all C. So I do the ones inside first. Which to me, I think it's overkill, but there's two on each side of the shorter sides. And then on the longer sides, there's two on the bottom. There's about two on each side. do is lay it on its side. Do the other two somewhere. This was the front, and I put it over here. It's okay. We're just gonna put it. If you mess up like I did, no big deal. Nobody's gonna know but you. It's just the holes aren't perforated like you want them to be. And it only needs to stop. There's only pressed wood, so it's really which is another blessing. And I just measured with my eyes. The original holes were. Okay. And that's how that works. Coming together quite closely, I think. See? So our little kid house we got this to sit on. I'm going to put a shelf right here. This is their shelf. It's supposed to go right there. And it's got its little door I get to put on. And this is what I'm hoping will deteriorate the coons. Sure it won't. You all know coons don't care, but I was hoping this is the shelving that actually holds that little shelf. And I was supposed to have holes there. My person, it's supposed to have a window right here. Sadly, they forgot. So, see, shows a window with the shelf. Not sure if you guys can see it or not. Sorry if you can't. It's no big deal. It's not the end of the world. The cats aren't going to care. They're just going to be happy to have a place of their own. And I'm happy to provide it for them. Oh, but you know what? They gave me this peg thing. They got pegs in there. And since they didn't perforate me a peg, I'm going to take it out because it's not going to help me. I don't have a machine or a tool to do that. So just remove the pegs. It's not that hard. And we're just going to reinforce it with the screws anyway. Oh, that one was looted. All right. And I do leave reviews, so I will be leaving them a review that they forgot my window. And they forgot to put my hole for my shelving. Sorry, just trying to clean up the. Now this one's going to be a little harder because of the. I don't know how wide this is. I don't like to measure. So That's far I should go. I want to be able to get up there. Of course, this is where it would be nice to have more hands, but fortunately I don't have that. So take the back of the screw and scratch where you need it to be. What kind of teeth you got a brush? Only electric cleans better with one simple touch. Only use DariusJWright on brushes. Perfect. Cleans it and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. And then, where's it going? Shuffle on the front of this thing. And it looks like these, I think. Forgot to tell me about the shelf size. Sorry. Okay, so it is A's. We use A's for the shelving. Similar. I'm hoping I didn't put this upside down. Oh, I think I did. I'm pretty sure I put this upside down. And it's probably too late for me to flip it around. See, I'm not perfect. I mess up things all the time. If you don't pay attention to the framing of the door, I'm sure that's what that's supposed to go to. But unfortunately, I cannot find the framing yet. They're not really showing you. But I'm pretty sure. My gosh, people. So, I'm got this upside down. Don't do what I do. This is supposed to be up here. But I didn't do it that way, so. And I've already done it, and I don't really care. Like I said, it's for the cats. I'm not a perfectionist. I never have been. I don't care to be. Those who you are, if that bothers you, well then flip it around. But it doesn't bother me. But again, I'll just screw it there. But I'm sure the cats aren't going to like to have to walk that. Okay, so I am going to turn it around. I don't know if I'll be able to get it undone because the cats are lazy. No, I'm not. Okay, so no, I'm not. So I'm just going to do this. I have lines where I want this. I have to do it from the inside, which is not going to be easy because you really needed somebody to hold it, and I don't have anybody to hold it, so I'm just going to do it. So start from the front, where you know you need to be, and then go from the back. Sorry, give me 1 second, because it's going to take me a minute. And if you wanted to be picky and make sure it's straight, grab you a piece of string and make sure it's straight. But I'm not going to do that. Okay. Now it needs to go in on the other side. Now I have something as a guide to help me. music stopped. So sorry. These go on the side of the shelving. That's what also reinforces the shelving for these screws. That way I don't have to hold them. They did remember to do it there, so that's a plus. That's not good. And I'm glad they're all Phillips and not flathead, because that really was annoying when they did that. I'm getting this one in straight, of course. Awkward place. Now I know why they wanted you to do it at the beginning, but sorry. This is the two-person. It would be nice to have two people, but it would have been nice if they would have perforated it like they were supposed to, and the pegs would have held it, and all I would have had to do is my drill is dead now. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now I have to charge my drill. My other drill's out in the truck, so I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna have to finish this on my own. Okay, so I also realized I forgot to put these on in the front, so I'm putting them on now. Technically, you want to make sure you put that on there before you want to break it, but it slid right into place. They're just sliding in. They're more reinforced than that. And they take the A screw, so I'm just doing it manually because I'm still charging my thing. And remember, it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This would have been a pain in the butt if I would have had to perforate it, but it's already perforated, thank goodness. I'm just putting the screw in. I also decided to flip the door around since I have to sit here and wait for my power drill to charge. And since I'm so OCD, it was really bothering me that I was just going to leave it that way. But I also did notice that the directions didn't have the door in there. So they actually make a picture with the door not there. So who knows how they thought the cat was going to get in there. So that was probably another reason why I didn't pay attention to it. I'm really trying. I miss my good tools are out in the truck. These are just the tools around the house that I use. It's really a pain in the butt to do it manually, but it's also good for you. Power tools are so convenient, but then when they go out, it is what it is. I'm also right-handed, but my father taught me left hand and right, so, but it's still a pain in the butt. We're always taught to do both. And I do utilize both hands at all times. I also use my feet to help me do things, so pick up things. Okay, so now I got this thing on the bottom. And like I said, I did take off the front because I decided that it would probably really annoy me to see my thing upside down. And I don't want it to, so I switched it. Like I said, they don't even have the picture of this. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Just take it. And I'm about to do it again. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you want to make sure that's up at the top. Literally. About to put it back on the same way it was. My goodness. Wake up, baby. I probably should have put more glue in there, but I did not. Probably don't have the same screws. Okay. don't know what these are for because it doesn't show. And see, there's supposed to be a window right here too. That's how you knew where the shelf went, but there is no window there. This is where the door goes. Just working on what I can. I'm just going to use B. And see, you had to measure how long the screw is. If you're not sure what size screw to use because they didn't tell you, well, take it up and put it up at the top of the seat. That one looks a little too long. Probably be, because you don't want it to curl on the other side. That's the only reason I say that. Now that should be. Again, they didn't put the holes there for this, so I get to do it myself. I've been working with wood for a while, trying to build on my own because I really want to build furniture. I really love wood, and I would put, I have a burner too. I wish I could got it out. I could burn Biggie's name into this, but I'm too lazy today. But you can always decorate it, be creative with it. Not that they would appreciate it, but it just gives it more character. And gives you something to do if you like that kind of stuff, which I do. Truthfully, you probably won't like this, but I'm gonna put him in there. Make him come out of it and let him see that it's not that bad. I'm gonna take my old cat box and give it to a lady I know who feeds the cats at my job. Yeah, that's what it looks like now, and it looks so much nicer. It's not, I thought it was over here. So, this now. Yes, this is got a little door. Again, it's got the divider that I have to take out. You can go in any way you want to go. Got a little slider. guess what? It doesn't slide like it's supposed to because it's over here now instead of over there. That's why I put it on that way. Oh my God. They are getting a bad review because now I got to take this off again and flip it that way because they are idiots. Either I'm an idiot or they're an idiot. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go this way. But if you want to use this, you have to line these up. So, yay raw for me. I swear to God. Now I gotta take all this off again. So yeah, learn from my mistake. If this is not how it goes on, you have to line up the section to use the divider. It doesn't line up that way. So I guess my logic of you would want this at the top is not logic at all. So, yay for me. Again, now you can see that I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. What if it would have been in the directions? It would have been better because I would have followed the directions. But it's not there. So you get to put that in the little review. And yes, like I said, I do the reviews. It helps people out. And I most definitely will be doing this review. I'm sorry this is going to be so long, but it's too pain in the butt to pause you guys and redo it. So I'm just going to do it. And to all the people who think I'm perfect, no, I'm not. I learn by error just like you do. And I could cut it out, but I'm not going to. Because I would rather you see that it didn't work. And thank goodness cats aren't perfectionists. And they won't nitpick it. Okay, so now you're going to take it back off. And again, this is why you have to do it that way because they align inside the box. It doesn't make sense that it's that way, but again. And you also get to learn, like I said, it's all a learning experience. Don't be scared to find you did something wrong. Who cares? Just redo it. I think my biggest thing about learning is I know I'm learning. And when you're learning, you're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. Practice and error. Practice and error. I mean, I would prefer to have had that up top, but, well, that's not going to happen. So. And those are who think, oh, well, you could just take the track out. Yeah, I could, but I don't want to. I'm just going to do it this way. Or I could probably just flip that over. I didn't think of that. For crying out loud. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it over. Okay, so we have to remember, if you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So I just Why is it pointed that way? Sorry. So I redid both of the sides. I flipped them both over because if you didn't do that, you couldn't utilize the divider in the cat house. And I didn't like the way the door was positioned, so I flipped it around. And I would have known what way to do it if it would have been in the directions, and it was not. But it is what it is. Like I said, I will most definitely write a review about it because that is something that you don't want to miss in a step. And of course, I have to be OCD, and it was bugging me, especially since my drill just stopped working, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything now but sitting here, so we might as well just do what's right and flip it over. Like I said, just remember what you do to the front, you have to do to the back to align the divider to go in correctly, but you won't be able to have the divider. And I just didn't think of that because I was like irritated. But when you're thinking correctly, you think it through. I was just like, yeah, you flip one side, you gotta flip the other side. So that's what I did. And now I'm putting the other side on. Okay. I'm gonna make sure those are nice and in the wood. Just help smooth it out. You want the seams to meet. You don't want wind to blow through there. The whole purpose of this is to keep them sheltered from the weather. I hope we don't have a bad winter, but we may have a bad winter, and I wanted to make sure. So this is what I did. I wanted this up here. In order to do that, the divider had to fit through the grooves that are inside this. And I flipped one side and didn't realize when I did that, it wasn't going to fit in there. It does now, so I'll let you see. See, this is the divider. You can have it in, you can have it out. I want it in because I want one side to sleep, one side for food. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh. Really? Well, that's really annoying. Okay. Sorry, I accidentally stopped the other one, but here. So there is what I did. That's a lot of, remember, just flip this side, you gotta flip that side. I know logic, but sometimes I don't think of logic. Sometimes my brain needs to breather and catch up because I get upset when things don't work like it's supposed to. And especially when it's not in the directions, and it was not in the directions. Like I said in the photo that they provide you, there's no door. Literally no door. And I'm most definitely going to point that out, that there's no door to show you which side that you're supposed to put this on. And to me, logically, I want it to look, I like this up here, not down here. And the cats will walk in easier, I think, too. They won't have such a high step. But do what you want to do. I'm doing what I want to do, so I'm putting the plastic on the inside. Sure, it's probably supposed to flip on the outside, but I'm not doing that. So now I gotta find it. Again, I was trying to say earlier too, if you like burning, you could burn their names into it. You could carve their names into it. But I'm not going to do that. I think if I maybe one day I might do it, but not today. My burner's all the way in the back of the closet, and I don't feel like getting it. So. But it would be something creative to do. You could decorate it any way you want to. If you know anything about burners, they come with stencils, so you could burn a cat into it. You could put their name into it. You could burn the cat and burn their name into it. Whatever you want to do, be creative with it. This is a good idea to sell, like I said. And another thing, if you are actually making this yourself and you wanted to fill in all these holes from the screws, you can take the sawdust, mix it in with wood glue, and fill it in. So I'm not that particular. I don't really care. I'm just glad they have a cat box that's going to keep them warm through the winter. But if you are that person that is like that, that's an idea for you. I'm going to wait for this because that's going to be a lot harder and a lot easier with the power tool. Because the power tool does most of the work, I just got to literally do it. This manual stuff, I got to say, I'm spoiled when it comes to, I will do it when I need to do it, but I don't want to do it the whole project. So, and this, since I had to perforate the holes myself, would be a little harder, and I don't have any holes on this side yet, so yeah, it just makes it easier to use it. But all I have now is the roof to do, and I will put that on as soon as my drill is charged, so I will be back. I'm sorry this is going, it's a longer process than normal. Okay, so I'm back. My drill is charged, and now I'm going to put the shelving on, and then I'm going to put the roof on. Got a moment. So just give me a second. It's probably going to be higher than it should be, but again, the cats aren't going to care. Oh no. Well, it's not working. You know? No, it's not working. Only the left part is working to reverse yours, not to screw it in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is not what I want to deal with right now. Oh my god. And I know it's charged because it was green. It's probably a loose wire in there. This is ridiculous. You know, this is the way it works. Just when you're so close, but so far away at the same time. Sorry. Okay, I got my little tool to work. There must be something dusty on there. I took it out, took it apart. There was nothing wrong with the wiring. That's what I thought it was. Oh my god, wire. But no, I don't know what it is. But it's working. Anyway, to put this together because I'm done. Okay. And again, if you want to make sure it's straight, get you a straight. But I'm not doing that. I don't know what's going on. It has something to do with the. It used to be my mother's. I know it's old, but I love it. Anyway. It's crooked, but it's okay. Okay, now I'm going to put the top on. Also, if you don't know about magnets, when you're trying to screw something in or nail something in, you can use a heavy-duty magnet, and it helps. You can put it like at the base of your thing, and it helps hold the nail, not the nail, the screw there. That way you don't lose it. Okay, now this is the roof, and it does have to go on a certain way because it lifts up. One side lifts up. I don't think the other side does. It's got a metal piece to cover that. Okay. And they put little rocks on there. So nice of them. I don't know what side. I guess it probably doesn't matter which side opens. Yep. Should be the back part that opens. It's going to open up like that. I only gave you one bracket for that. That's your bracket to help open. It goes like that. Is that which one it goes? Oh.
Are gentle and powerful.
And you know it's the right piece because there's a piece of wood to attach the thing to. And it's got already has the holes. I'm trying to see what. And it's the D screws. Only need 2 of them. Of course, I can't grab 2 of them. It can only go on one way. It won't go this way. Yeah. It's going to go on with an angle like that because you want it to pop up. Pretty sure it can only go on one way. The other way would be on the other side. At least that's my logic. So it's showing these on the outside. It's supposed to go like that. And 6 screws, all D. 3 on one side, 3 on the other. Has holes already there. And then the holes are there. Most definitely. Should be the other way because this needs to be on the thing. Oh my god. Right, people. The flat surface needs to go to the wood. And it's not. This needs to go like this. This needs to go like this. So make sure when you're doing this, you want both the flat side this way, and then you want to make sure this is this way, the way it goes on correctly. You want both flat sides to be towards the wood. I did not pay attention to that, sorry. But I'm learning, so it's okay. So learning. I didn't give you any explanation where to put it, so. Ow, that hurt. And it just goes right in front of that. A bit of that board there. Shove it. It's showing it goes the other way. Well, this is going to be interesting. Because that's most definitely not going to work. Okay, well, it's supposed to make a 90-degree angle the other way. So I either have it on the wrong side or upside down. But it shows it like this. But I don't think it's going to shut that way. Yeah, it's supposed to. Okay, people. So now I'm going to. I'm going to learn this thing sometime today. I just don't know when. I'll be back because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so there's an R on that little device thingy, and you want to make sure it's on the outside of the thing, and then you fold them together. If you go by the picture, the little bulk where is your brace to make sure it's elbow, I guess you want to call it. It's elbow to make sure it opens and closes. To make sure that's on the inside. Took me a little bit to figure it out, but I still haven't really figured it out because to me, it's showing it should be closer to the. What was the last time you took a break? Sadness lunches. It's showing closer to the. To recharge and revitalize ourselves. But I don't know. That won't work. It's time for a tea break. It's time for purely. These things. This is not supposed to be that hard. To me. Love each other. Sometimes they feel like a hug. I don't know. I'm putting it up closer to the point. It's showing towards the back of the roof, but if you do that, it's not going to work. So I don't know if I don't know, but I'm doing what is going to work for what I have it for, because either they flip-flopped my things the wrong way, and I'm just compromising with what I got. Because technically it's supposed to be at a 90-degree angle on the outside, not on the inside. So my brain's going to do what it needs to do to make it work. But it is what it is. I'm not ordering another outfit for this. Because it should work regardless. And you want it to shut, and it doesn't shut. Okay. Does shut. I just gotta be a little forceful with it. Alrighty. Okay, so now it's on here. It goes on here like this. And this is the top of the house. But I think it's the other side. Make sure you have the corners meeting. Because this is what keeps it. And this goes on the piece that lifts up. I'll be back because I'm going to do this real quick. I'm really making this really long and I'm sorry. Okay, so now it's all finished. You can see it. And just lift up here and it opens up the door. And that's how you put their blankets in, put their feet in. But that's why I wanted this because I clean his blankets every week. And I'm also going to plan to put straw in here to keep it warmer. But I'm finally done. Something that was supposed to take 60 minutes and it took almost an hour and a half. But that was literally, it's almost been 2 hours. I just kept stopping it. But I wanted you to see the finished product. It is finished. Like I said, this is for the cats outside. I'm putting this outside. But I love you all. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry it took so long, but I do appreciate you listening and following through. Have a great day.
Yeah. It's been a ride. I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now some of you